Well, let me skirt that question and come around a different way. If you go back to the year 2001 and you ask which was the worst country in the region in anti-corruption as rated by Transparency International, it was Indonesia. Indonesia was at the 3rd percentile, okay, in 1991. It was number, I have this written down somewhere here, number 88 of 91 countries studied in 2001. And since then, it's on a steady rise up to the 38th percentile, which is still below average in the world, but it's a huge improvement despite the challenges of decentralization which they've done, which usually creates tremendous opportunities for corruption. In the long run, it's good, but in the short run, it's a gold mine for embezzlement and backdealing and so forth. Anyway, despite all the disasters, which are another thing that is very good for corruption, emergency works. We tend to have lots of emergency deals. Gee, I'll do it quickly if you give me another bribe. Despite that, they've made good strides. And some of the reasons why is I'm very pleased with President Yudhoyono. I think he's a competent and honest man who has neutralized the military possible interventions that they could have had. The creation of the anti-corruption agency, KPK, has been very impressive. They've gone after a lot of big fish, including Supreme Court justices, members of the ruling party, members of the former president's family, and so forth, to the point where the police has gotten very nervous and has backed them off to some extent. There have been systemic reforms in this monopoly plus discretion minus accountability sense. They've tightened up a lot of the systems. And they still have a long way to go. They have obviously not even in the top half yet, but you can see the investment has just roared into Indonesia. That place is growing very quickly, and the potential there over the next 5 or 10 years is amazing for natural resources, for tourism, and for the creative industries, all the innovative industries that have design features in them, which are high value added industries. The jewelry, the clothing, the tourism of various kinds, the crafts, the architecture and art and so forth. Tremendous potential in Indonesia. But they have rated among the highest, most corrupt agencies are the Supreme Court and other court systems and the Ministry of Religion. Now, isn't that terrible when the Ministry of Religion and your court system, which should be the paragons of civic virtue, are rated among the most corrupt institutions in your society? That can't persist. That's got to be done. So I think you can see the priority of this for Indonesia, but I think if you're talking to Myanmar and you're talking to Laos and Cambodia and they say, we can't do it, we're just too la, say, let's go down to Indonesia and spend a little time down there and see how they've gone from very bad to sort of bad. And they're on the way now up the ladder of success.